Welcome back to My Mexican Life. And I'm back in the USA. You can see the same room that I'm always in. And I can tell you, coming from Mexico to the US, that was upped. We're going back at the end of April because I only came here because I had some medical appointments and things to do, and I had some, house maintenance to do. You can't just keep a house, without no maintenance. So yeah, I had to fix a toilet, the pressure thing. We had problems with our whole backyard, which used to be gravel, is now a total and complete weed garden. I bought one of those torch things, propane torch. I'm starting to burn all the weeds down. You can't pick some of these things. They're too tiny, and you also want to burn the seeds
at your front door.
because if you let the seeds drop, you're going to have more weeds the next time it rains. So when you use those propane burners, it's going to burn the seeds, and then you won't have more weeds. I'm also going to spray the whole yard because I don't have a lot of plants. All right, I don't have this beautiful backyard. No, it's mostly gravel because I live in the Southwest, and I don't have a lot of plants in my backyard because what's the point? They just use water or die. But unfortunately, the weeds, they love growing. So when I left, my backyard was all gravel. When we came back, I had a beautiful lawn filled with freaking weeds and grass. Now they're dying, right? They're turning brown. And now they're going to drop their seeds, and then it's going to be even more problem, the next time it rains. So I'm going to spray some of that 1 year kill all over the freaking yard. I did that on the sides of the house. 0 weeds. So I'm going to try to do that again because I can't come home and have my whole backyard, which is gravel, a freaking lawn of weeds. It's too much to maintain. And and we're going back. We're going back to fucking Mexico because this country is F-O. I mean, the price of freaking gas and diesel. My wife drives a diesel Jetta. Okay? She's paying like $6.50 a gallon for diesel. I'm paying like $4.89 for regular gas. And I mean regular, not anything extra. It's fucking ridiculous. The price of food, the price of everything is way, way too high. There's no point in living in the US anymore. Now, you would say, sell your house, move to Mexico. Yeah, except the US has already made provisions to prevent you from doing that. You say, how? You have to have a US address to have a bank account in the US. So which means if I move, sell my house, I no longer have an address in the US for my bank account where they deposit my Social Security, my pension, my IRAs, my everything. I need a US address. That is mandatory. Guess what else is mandatory? You have to have a US phone number attached to that account. So now you need an address and a phone number just to have a bank account in the US. And now they've increased the tax requirements. So if you live in another country, you now have to report every bank account, every asset that you own, car, house, everything, to the IRS every year. But you say, but why do they care? Yeah, why do they care? Vote correctly and not fascist GOP Republican if you want this to change. Because, yeah, they're the ones who just instituted all this. So that you have to report every single account, every asset, every car, house, anything you own in your foreign country, you have to report it to the IRS. I don't know why they need to know this, because we have tax treaties, which says if you pay taxes in a foreign country, you do not have to pay taxes in the US. Any taxes you pay in the US, you don't have to pay in the foreign country. Yes, you have to report them, but you don't owe them, because that's our deal with other countries about dual taxation. So why the fuck do they want to know about every car, every house, and everything that I own, any bank account? Like, let's say I take a $10,000 bank account. This is already after tax. It's in my bank account. I've already paid taxes on this money. And I transfer it to Mexico to a bank account at their bank. Well, now the US wants to know how much is in my bank account in Mexico. Why the hell do they need to know? I already paid taxes on it. I would give you a finger, and it's not this one. We need to change the U.S. to be a free country again, because right now, Mexico is more free. And by the way, they just instituted universal health care for all Mexicans. Imagine. And we can't do that because we say we can't afford it? Really? We can't afford universal health care, but Mexico can? Okay, I'm going to end this because it's getting 10 minutes. My Mexico life will return when I go back to Mexico. Maybe I'll make a video between now and then. We'll see. But all I can tell you is the USA is over.